Please welcome Andrew Garfield!
It's just the best place to be in the world. Isn't it? Like, where else? Where else right now on this day? You sit down. Wait, sorry, someone else needs to sit down. Who? Oh, the press, yeah. The press. Guys, you have to sit down. You've heard it.
Sounds
Oh,
very
they
definite.
actually are going to sit down. Now I've got to give them really great shots.
That's compelling. Is that blue steel?
I don't know what that is. I got like Vaseline on my eyes. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Thursday, these days that we're all going to be here, I genuinely don't think there's anywhere else in the world that I would rather be. And I was genuinely, I'm here with a bunch of old school friends and people very important to me, and they were all like, can we come and see? And I'm like, no, really, 20 people are going to show up, and like, I don't want to be embarrassed. And thank you for showing up and taking time out of your day, and I hope we can make it worth your while. I don't. That's not as creepy as it sounds.
Well, I was going to ask about your relationship with Glastonbury. Are you an old hand? Have you been coming here for years?
Yeah, I came here in 2009 with the same people I'm here with now, some high school friends since we were 12. Shout out to my guys. And the first time I came, I think it was the most rainy, muddy.
Oh yeah.
I think it was 2002 or 2003. I can't remember. And I almost shit myself at 4 a.m. on Monday morning because I had taken too many drugs. And rites of passage. We shouldn't really be celebrating doing neurological damage to ourselves. But it was a very short-lived period for me, just as a encouragement for you all. And I genuinely didn't think I was going to make it to the beautiful porta potty that was, 400 meters away. But still remains one of the best nights of my life. Weird. Really, really weird.
That's a testament to Glastonbury and then some. Yeah. So tell us about, we have to talk about We Live in Time a bit. Tell us about We Live in Time. Like, what was it that got you involved? Was it John? Because you'd worked with John Crowley, the director, 16 years ago?
Yeah, John Crowley made a great film called Brooklyn with Saoirse Ronan, and we made a film together called Boy A long, long time ago. And woo. And this film is very dear to my heart. It's curious that anyone would want to watch this film on a day like today, because it's about, death and dying and, cancer and stuff like that. But I would say it's very, very life-affirming if anyone stays to watch the film. I do think it's a very, very beautiful, and it's the kind of film that would inspire you to have the greatest weekend of your life, because you realize how short life actually is. And I think that's what this weekend is all about, is remembering, how short and how sacred our time is here together on this earth. And I think that's one of the reasons why I love this place so much. I've never seen a fight at Glastonbury. I've never seen two people angry at each other, ever. And I've never seen anyone get aggro or throw fists. Everyone's just on their best behavior. I don't mean that as in good boys and good girls, because obviously not. But they're the kind of the most elevated, highest selves who are all trying to connect with each other and their dreams and their hopes and their wishes and their longings and their deepest desires, and creating a city together that is kind of has a foundation of love, really, and realizing, this is actually possible, that, with a lot of hard work, obviously, and, incredible stewards and people who put this amazing festival together. This, tent alone, it's like a kind of Herculean effort. So anyway, it's a very inspiring place.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, we had Florence here this time last year. I think
Florence Pugh.
After you had just, I think, finished shooting, and she came and she put a flower crown on, and she just partied for 3 days, and it feels like that's exactly what you're talking about in the film itself.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think we both felt that when we made the film. All of us on the crew, we were kind of like, oh yeah, this is a reminder to get on with it, to do the things that we love only. And like, what's that great? It's a David Whyte poem, I forget exactly, but there's a line in it that's like, when you realize that any person or any place that doesn't bring you fully alive is too small for you. And I just think that this film is kind of maybe a testament to that idea that we want to surround ourselves with the people that make us expand into our biggest, greatest, most truthful, authentic selves, and the places. And I think, yeah, it's a place full of people that do that for each other. So yeah, I keep bringing it back to Glastonbury. That feels kind of cheesy, but whatever.
I think it fits the film as well, because it is life affirming. Was that something you guys had to work on in the script? You know, I know it was already, you had the kind of time jumping aspect. This film, has anyone not seen it, by the way? Like, okay, don't worry, I'm not going to do spoilers, but like, there's a time jumping element that it's not linear. It sort of goes back and forth between different stages, but that's what I guess helps it give it this uplift, even when some bad things happen.
Yeah. Sorry, what was the question?
God knows. I don't know. It's very hot.
I'm very high as well. No, I'm not. I'm actually not at all. I'm sober. I'm the sober driver of my. Yeah, I'm sober.
Yeah. You realize that hasn't convinced anybody. That's like actively unconvinced them, I think. No, I was just going to ask about the sort of, I guess, the good heart of the film. And that actually does bring me to something I read, which is that you said you saw Tobias, your character, as a Tom Hanks type.
Tom Hanks, yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, kind of everyman-ish, kind of someone that everyone can feel identified with and feel like it's, it could be their story, I suppose, yeah.
I heard you met him once and got starstruck.
Yeah, I ran away from him. I was at an event, and I was getting an award, and I didn't realize he was getting a Lifetime Achievement Award. And when I got onto the stage, I threw away my speech and I just made it all about him, because like seeing his work when I was a kid, seeing Big and Joe versus the Volcano and like The Burbs, a lot of little known Tom Hanks movies I really love. And I just kind of made my whole speech about him to a very embarrassing degree. And at the after party, he was like, hey, and I was like, stay the fuck away from me. You know, because there are people like him and Michael J. Fox, and there are certain people that I'm just like, I don't think my little body could handle. I just think I would dissolve. And he was of course, so sweet and so lovely, and but yeah, it was intense, yeah.
Do you take that home with you at the end of the day? Do you take that kind of, because he's a very positive, open, loving character, does that linger with you, or are you very much a person who switches off at the end of the day?
Yeah, no, he's very pure. I think with certain characters, it's lovely to stay living with them as much as possible, because they make me better. This is my playoff music, I guess. That's all we have time for. No, I feel like. Yeah, there are certain, like him, he's a character that I really wanted to stay close to. Jonathan Larson was a character I really wanted to kind of like take home with me and like never let go of. And yeah, so there are certain, and they expand into, they become parts of your own heart and your own kind of soul.
I do want to take some questions from the audience. Logistically, they're probably going to be in the first few rows, okay? So I'm going to ask one more question while you think of your questions, and then we're going to come to you. All right. I wanted to ask what you look for in films these days, because I'm seeing like huge variety. I'm seeing you've worked with some of the best directors around. You've worked with Scorsese and Fincher and all these incredible people. You've just done the Magic Far Away Tree, which blows my mind, but you did it alongside a Luca Guadagnino film. What is it that you're looking for? Is it just something different?
Oh God, I don't want to give too sincere of an answer, but I have to, I think, because we are in such a terribly divided, meaningless, pained time of human suffering of all life on this planet. We are being ruled by soulless oligarchs who do not give a fuck about us. And I think, and I know that's a little that's a little glib and that's a little kind of general. Obviously, I haven't got time to go into longer, deeper diatribe, but I feel that myself and my artist friends are asking that question right now. What is the role of creative people right now? Is it to bury our heads in the sand and just make things that are pleasurable and entertaining? And to be honest, I feel very drawn to watching escapism stuff right now because the world is so horrific and so evidently in your face horrific in all kind of angles. But I think we're all having that same conversation of how are we supposed to respond to a world that is not only forever changing moment to moment, but changing for more darkness, more division, more pitting us against each other. And so that is the question. Like, how do we spend this precious time? And again, the kind of the ripples that a piece of art makes in the world, the ripples that Jonathan Larson made in the world, the ripples that a project like Glastonbury make, like we're all going to go home the best versions of ourselves. We're going to be more patient, we're going to be more generous, we're going to be more loving, we're going to be tired, but we're going to have access to the better parts of ourselves, coming back into our communities, coming back into our homes, coming back to our families. So I think it's our duty as awake, conscious, caring, offended people who have our souls that are being offended by the times that we're in, to make sure we're trying to till the land to make the world ever so slightly better, even if it feels hopeless. That's the question, and I don't know how we do that, but that is the question that I try to live, and I know a lot of my friends and artist friends try to live.
Absolutely. I'm not even going to ask about the Social Network 2, which has just been announced this morning, because I'm guessing that's not Eduardo's story anymore. But do we have any questions from here in the audience? Okay, we've got a spare mic here, so I'm going to try and pass it back. I need you to pass it, okay, after I give it to you. All right. Here we go. I'm going actually in circle first, so we're going 4 rows back. Okay, that lady with her hand line on. Thank you.
So you've spoken about how grief and loss has shaped your work. How do you keep that emotional access sustainable and healthy? Would be my question.
Wow, that's a really great question. Yeah, here. I don't. Boundaries. Like boundaries with the work. Boundaries with. Yeah, that's a really good question actually, and I need to think about that. Because I think sometimes it can tip over for me, or has historically tipped over for me into, I'm giving too much here. I'm giving too much of myself here, and I need to kind of recoup and regenerate a little bit. But I think you're kind of always finding it, and I really rely on nature, I rely on music, I rely on other people's work, other people's art, I rely on friends, I rely on my family, I rely on my nephews, I rely on my godkids, I rely on my community to make sure that I stay in my body and in my life, so that my life is just as important as whatever lives I'm depicting in my work, because I can become obsessed with my work in a way that could become and has become unhealthy. So yeah, it's good question. Thank you.
And you've got 6 of those here at Glastonbury, the things you just listed. So that's a good way to be.
Yeah.
Next question.
Hello. I just wanted to ask, what would be your personal advice to a young person who wants to go into the same industry as you've been in acting and film?
Yeah. That is a great question, and the world is changing right now, and obviously it's a very kind of it's somehow already becoming a boring conversation to talk about AI and how that's going to affect jobs and the workforce. I do believe, what the fuck do I know, but I do believe that actors, filmmakers, musicians, artists are more safe because I don't know. I obviously don't know. No one knows, and if they say they do, they're lying. But I do feel like craftspeople like us, I suppose, or people who want to be craftspeople and artists, maybe it's kind of priming it for it being a bit more of our time, I suppose, because so much else is going to become automated, potentially. I don't know. But I would read a book called Letters to a Young Poet by Rainer Maria Rilke, and it might show you some things about whether or not you're serious about this life, because it costs. It costs a lot, and you'll get a lot of rejection, and you'll get a lot of you'll have to find some self-belief you didn't know was in there if you want to get through certain periods. And Letters to a Young Poet will offer some solace and some inspiration. And yeah, it's about, am I serious about this? How serious am I about this? Why do I want to do this? Is it for glory? Is it for this? Or is it because my soul has no choice? This is what my soul has to do on this earth. And I think books like that can illuminate things for us, I suppose.
That's a beautiful book. Two people over here, one after the other. So where's the microphone for number one? There we go. Yes, please. Hello.
Hi, a bit more of a light-hearted question, but what was your favourite part of filming Spider-Man with Tom Holland and Tobey Maguire? And if they asked you to go back, would you do it again?
Yeah, I'd do it again, for sure. I think it would have to be it would have to be good. It has to be really good. Like this was, yeah, it was good. I thought it was good too, yeah. I thought it was great. Oh, thank you. No, but I really did think, I can't look you in the eye. This is so funny. There was a tweet. Can I say it? Am I allowed? Consent, informed consent. There was a tweet I read aloud, and it was I forget what the thing was, but I know what the tweet was. But like, what was the?
It's laminated. You have it laminated.
So
wow. Okay.
I had to read a bunch of tweets, about me being kind of like sexually objectified online, basically. And one of them, which got me big, was, I want Andrew Garfield to smash a laptop on my tits. And Nat is in the room with us tonight. Honestly, one of the more creative sex acts I could imagine. Well, I haven't imagined participating in it. I refuse. No. But I'm happy to meet you, and you're very creative. And sick. You're sick. What was the question? Spider-Man. Yeah. No, I love doing that film, and I love working with those boys, and I would definitely do it again, but it would have to be really good. It would have to be really well written. It would have to be kind of weird, I think. And yeah, my favorite part was improvising with those two actors and just playing, because I think when, I felt for Tom, because Tom's carrying the weight of the thing, and both me and Toby are like, we know all about it, but the fact that me and Toby could come in and just kind of play and support him and let him be the main guy, it was like, oh man, yeah, it wasn't as fun when we were the main guy. It's much more fun when we're not the main guy. When we feel a little bit easier with our stunt double taking this one, It was like, yeah, my knee does really hurt. I did throw my back out on that last. I got a bit of whiplash, so I'm gonna let William take this one. Sweet William Spencer. So yeah, I think the most fun part was just playing with those guys and creating, just imagining. Oh God, the dream. It's like kids playing. It's like, well, if 3 Spider-Men were in the same room, what would they talk about? It's like literally go, like the most fun, and you're getting paid stupid amounts of money.
Well, and why not? Why not?
I mean that stupid. It's stupid. I'm angry about it.
But like then you did Angels in America, so it kind of funds you to do that. It's great. Makes sense. We had one more over there, and I think I am sorry, we are going to have to start the film at some point. But yes, one more over here.
Hi, sorry if I ramble a bit. I just want to say thank you for you're really inspired me for a long time. So I guess just thank you for choosing to do what you do. I do think you're just amazing in everything. So thanks. And then a bit more of a light-hearted question, but you've mentioned you're really excited for Glastonbury. I was wondering if there's an act you're particularly excited for?
Well, thank you so much for your generosity. I'm so lucky that I found something that makes me feel purposeful. So I feel just grateful that I get to do it and to connect like this, and it's just the great gift of my life, really. Alanis Morissette, she was she was a sexual awakening for me. She was. I've talked about this, I think, in an interview before, so I'm not revealing anything. Alanis, if you're listening, please.
We have Alanis with us today.
No, I just want to have a good view to the stage to see her show, because I just think, I remember being, I think 12 or 11, or maybe 10, I don't know. And I was in Surrey, and my dad had traveled back from America on a business trip, and he had recorded on VHS the MTV Music Awards from 1992 or 1993, I think. And I was just watching it because I was obsessed with American stuff because we didn't have it. And this woman in black, angry and greasy dark hair, and the stage was black and it was kind of white strobe lit, and I was like, how did this happen? And it was like I'd never seen a woman be so liberated. It was the first time I saw a woman in full angry, powerful, abandoned liberation. And I was like, whoa, yeah, I like it. I just really liked it. I just liked it from I don't know what happened. But I loved it. And since then, I just think she's a musical genius and singular. Neil Young is one of my favorite artists of all time. Deeply meaningful to me. Parcels, great Australian band, if you guys, and I'm here with actually two members of my band, the Shangles. Look out for us. We do Shangles, baby. We do Bugsy Malone covers, but they're kind of sultry and sexy. I'm not kidding. We didn't bring our instruments, unfortunately, because this would have been kind of perfect. We just broke out. We could do Fat Sam's Grand Slam real quick.
We can maybe just get some custard pies or something. You guys
custard pies. Yeah.
Throw them at each other instead. I'm really sorry. That is all the time we have. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you guys for your questions.
Thank you guys so much for coming. So nice to have a lovely day. Have a lovely weekend. Love you guys so much, really. Thank you all for coming out.